Alright, hello. In this video, we're going to talk about people on Long Island cutting down trees. And in fact, it's actually gotten to be such an issue that people are fed up. They actually spoke about it on Reddit. And, because people on Long Island just cut down trees for no damn reason. I'm actually going to start with the Long Island Railroad because they cut down a bunch of trees along the tracks along the Babylon branch. In this particular spot here, this is Merrick. This is one of the spots they did. And they just cut all of this beauty down, and yeah, there were pitch pines here, and there was no reason to cut down these trees at all. Beautiful, beautiful pitch pines here growing along the tracks here. They weren't that close to the tracks. You can see they're more closer to the parking lot, but they came through and they cut this all down. Actually, you can see in this video here that I took here that they cut all these trees down. This is what it looks like now. All these trees are gone. You can see there's no good reason. People are like, well, they could fall down in a storm. Those are pines. They're not going to cause any problems. All right. And they just clear cut this whole area. And it's to me there was no reason for it. All right. But you could say, okay, you can make the excuse of that. I mean, they cut down this big beauty here. There was a big pine tree right here. Big, beautiful pitch pine they cut down. All these trees are gone, man. These pitch pines, these beautiful pines, cut down. Look, they're not even close to the tracks. The tracks are all the way over there. There was no reason for them to come through and cut down all that. All right. And you can see there were a whole bunch. There's like a little forest of pitch pines here. I mean, pitch pines are, these are the remnants of the pine barrens here, and we're destroying whatever little remnants we had of the pine barrens in Nassau County. Because the Pine Barrens once covered most of Long Island, and that included Nassau County. You can see, look, all these trees are cut down. They cut down only the pines and only left these trees all that are along the edge here. Right? So now, when you cut down the trees, it actually makes it, they're worried about trees falling, but when you cut down the trees and there's less trees there, the trees that are remaining are more likely to fall down. And then you cut down pitch pines, which are sturdy trees and aren't going to fall down at all. All right. And then there's another area they cut a tree down as well. They took this beautiful tree away here along. There's another beautiful pitch pine here that was along Holiday Park Drive in North Wansaw over here. Used to be a beautiful pitch pine here. These are old. Yeah, this is an old street. You can't think of a newer street view. Here we go. This was a beautiful pitch pine. This was cut down. All right. Why are people cutting down trees on Long Island? I could show you so many places that pitch pines have been cut down. Big, beautiful pitch pines cut down for no damn reason. Let's go to West Hempstead. There's another beauty that was in West Hempstead that was right off this road here. It was right off Woodfield Road. I have to go a little bit further down. I remember passing by it on the N15 and just, it was such a big, beautiful pitch pine, too. It's a little further down, I think. Yeah, it was down. He was over here, I think. Was it this street? I think it was this street. Yeah, here it is. So this is another big beauty right here. Oh, come on. Right here. All right, they cut that tree down. They cut down all these trees here too as well. So people just cutting down trees for no reason. There's so many other areas I could go to. I could go to Massapequa or Bethpage. I mean, they're cutting them down all over the place. But anyway, I want to read this to you here because this is what people say. Every day I'm hearing tree crews in my neighborhood. It's Sunday morning. I shouldn't be listening to trees going in the chipper. The green canopy in my neighborhood is declining quickly. People worry about things like apartments ruining the nature of our communities, but have no problem cutting down decades-old oak trees, as well as pine trees and whatever trees. And this is what they did. I have two neighbors that moved in the past year. The first thing they did was cut down every single tree on the property. Down to me, they cut down 11 trees. New people bought the house behind me a few years ago, and this is what I mean. These snobs, the Wall Street people, they're coming in from the city. You know what? Stay in the effing city. We don't want these snobs in the city are just taking over everywhere. So they immediately cut down 5 to 6 beautiful, healthy trees without permits, and then put a retaining wall in. These people who come here, they don't care. These snobs here, idiots who want their houses to look like golf courses. I don't understand the hatred for trees on Long Island. When I was growing up here, everyone beautifully landscaped their thing. So they're cutting down trees. People are noticing, and it's the city. It's buy a house in an area with lots of trees, cut down all the trees, install a pool and concrete up the entire yard with those pavers. You see those commercials for Nicoloc all over the place? They put these pavers everywhere. So, native woods. New people moved in and bulldozed it all gone. So people are cutting down trees, and they're destroying everything about Long Island. Destroying the trees too, and it's ridiculous. So we and people, this is what it is. Healthy trees. Cut down healthy trees. So, people are talking about this, Out here in eastern Suffolk, the pine barrens are being decimated by southern pine beetles. They were never a problem in the past because of extended periods of below freezing temperatures during the winter that prevented the eggs from surviving. They completely kill a tree in less than a year. We spent hundreds of millions of dollars to protect the pine barrens and our drinking water from being developed, and nothing is being done to contain or control their spread. There will be a lot of fuel for future wildfires out here, as well as a booming tick population. Yeah, that's a good post right there. So, people are noticing what's happening here on Long Island. Sold a home in Sayville in 1997 to move to Southampton. An acre of lawn got replaced with over 30 pine trees that were native to the adjoining land and about a quarter acre of wildflowers. A yearly term, I'm back in Sayville, and the people that bought our old home removed a beautiful weeping willow and several large, healthy maples. All of it replaced with a lawn. So, it's a cancer on the South Shore. Yeah, it is. South Shore especially. City folk in the burbs. Yep. This is what it is. This is what's become of Long Island. This is what's become of Long Island. Suffolk County will look like Nassau County. They talk about climate change because you can cut down everything in sight. People cutting down trees, and I don't think they should be allowed. Here's an asshole right here. I only dream of cutting down my pine tree because of those pine needles. Well, why'd you buy the home then? And these people have no respect. I don't think they should be allowed to do what they want, personally. I don't think you should be allowed to go in and cut down whatever tree you want to cut down. All right, you should only be allowed to cut down a tree if it's not healthy and it's in danger of falling. Otherwise, you shouldn't be allowed to do it at all. So, people are cutting down trees on Long Island, and I have a big problem with people cutting down pitch pines as well, especially. Yeah, it's just they just keep turning it into Queens. That's what it is. Some people say it's the insurance companies. People wrote in Oceanside, they don't care. Nobody cares. So, again, this is terrible what's going on across Long Island. Them cutting down, beautiful trees all over the place. And it's, I I could go to some other places and show you areas where there are beautiful pitch pines as well that they took down as well. Um, it's really sickening. It really is. And I think there was one over here. I think it was over here. Let's see. We can. Yep. There's an old street view. You could see here. This is in Levittown. The tree's gone now. Let's see more dates. Let's see if we can get more dates. So there it was. There is a beautiful pitch pine right there. That's a beauty right there. And then we go over to September. It's gone. Why did they cut the tree down? There's no good reason for this. Whoever bought this home decided, hey, I'm going to cut that tree down. And look, all the trees were removed. They even removed the bushes. I mean, it's terrible. Because you get these freaking Wall Street jerks coming out here and cutting down everything in sight. And then whenever they build a McMansion, they also knock down the trees. You get these huge McMansions. Here's one right here. They knock down all the trees. Let's see what was there before. All right, that McMansion's been there for a while, I guess. It was there back in October 2007. But I could take you to many, many areas on Long Island where there are beautiful pines cut down. And it's not just Nassau County. Let's go to Suffolk County. There's another area over here that was very beautiful. I think it was Monarch Drive or whatever. I don't know if it was this road. It might not have been that. It wasn't this road. It was one of these streets in Selden. I think it was, this street right here, Monarch Drive. There were so many beauties here. This is actually an old street view. And you can see, look at all these beautiful pitch pines here. This is from May 2012. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. All right. I don't know if we can get a more recent view, but all this is gone. If we go to the current thing and we look at the satellite here, you'll see all the trees are gone. They cut them all down. Look at that. All of them gone. What is it with Long Island and people like to cut down trees here? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's yet another thing that turns me off from Long Island. I mean, people just don't appreciate the pines. Diplomat Drive. Now, this is another area. There used to be a lot of pines on this road, and they cut a lot of them down. I mean, I don't understand it, man. You shouldn't have the right to just, I want to cut down that tree. No, if the tree's healthy, you shouldn't be allowed to. You shouldn't be allowed to. We need legislation in this state to prevent people from cutting down trees on their property. No, you shouldn't be allowed to do whatever you want with your property. That's not the way it works. Because when you cut down trees, you affect the planet, you affect others. And I'm tired of seeing these beautiful pines just, don't think the Beatles, and then you have people just cutting them down. Especially in Nassau County, you shouldn't even be allowed to do that. I mean, there's so many big, beautiful. Let's go to East Meadow, another area that's Pine Barrens outlier. All right. I'm surprised this pine is still here. There's a beauty. Yeah, this one right here in East Meadow. I'm sure it's on borrowed time, too, because they're going to see them already building a new house in this spot. So they knocked down this perfectly good house here. And you can see here on the street view that they knocked it down. But the pine is still there. So maybe they're going to do the right thing and keep the pine. But I wouldn't be surprised if they cut it down. Put more of those damn Nicolak pavers in. You see the pavers commercials all over the place. The Nicolak, they're all the time on South Shore 12. So, if you're watching South Shore 12, you're gonna do that. And it looks like they're doing work on this site too, town-owned property here. This is town-owned property. It looks like they are taking out some trees over here too as well. And again, this is, you can see them working, taking out trees. Let's see, building something else. So let's go back here. Let's go back to 20. Yeah, these are all trees here, and they cut them down. What are they building that building for? Why do they need to do that? It's unbelievable. Yeah, look at all the trees they cut down. Look at all these trees here, including some pines. 2018, now look, all gone. Left a few trees. I mean, this is despicable. How'd they get away with this, especially Nassau, where this? Look at all the trees they cut down. I mean, this is unbelievable. But this is just yet another part of the plan. Sorry, if you're a tree lover, you're gonna have to shut up and go live in New Jersey, where people actually value trees. They certainly don't on Long Island. It's just another part of the plan. Really is. I'm sorry, but if you can't see the beauty in a beautiful pitch pine like this, I have no use for you. I really don't. You know, I really don't. And unfortunately, most people on Long Island just don't get it. They don't understand what beauty really is. So, it's just another part of the plan and why I don't belong here. I spoke about this in yesterday's mental health update. I don't want to start crying, so this is my home, but, eventually it's going to be so unrecognizable. This is part of the plan. Like I said, I can talk about it until I can talk about it and make 100 videos a day. It's not going to change the fact that, I'm not going to be living on Long Island forever. And I'm probably going to be forced off Long Island and have to shut up and go live in New Jersey. I have to live in Toms River, where at least people there love the trees. At least there they don't go cutting down trees all over the place. It's just so obvious what's going to happen here. It really is. It's just so obvious. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. You're not going to stop the plan from moving along, and you're going to have to go live in New Jersey, and that's what it is. It's just where I belong. I belong in Toms River. I don't belong here anymore, because this is the middle class I grew up with. This is what I grew up with. It's now here. It's not on Long Island anymore. That's it.